Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and once again I'm coming to you with another product review. And the product that we're going to be taking a look at today and unboxing is a red dot sight from a company called Nitewing, and this is the SPO320. And of course this is another affordable red dot option coming out of China. And I know some people are going to not like that, but I do these reviews because not everybody can afford a Trijicon, an Aimpoint, or an EOTech. And I have found through my experience that some of these more affordable options are actually pretty darn good. And depending on the features, are good quality for the value. So that's what I'm wondering about this sight. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the camera. We're going to unbox this. We're going to see what all the features are of this. Then we're going to mount it to a Walther, take it to the range, and we'll come back and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Let me go ahead and adjust the camera and let's see what this sight is all about. So let's take a look at the box. The Nitewing SPO320 comes in. It says it's an open reflex sight, 32 MOA circle size, 2 MOA dot size. On the back here we got the information about the specifications and the locations of all the adjustments. You got your elevation adjuster, windage adjuster, down button, up button for illumination, and your side loading battery. So pretty standard stuff, nothing too innovative or interesting there. Let's go ahead and open this box and let's see what we get inside. Of course, we get our user manual here. We get a number of different things. Let's take a look at that first. Some type of adjustment tool. We get mounting screws, a battery, obviously some silica gel. Let's see what this is on this side here. A cloth to clean it with, and then we get the sight itself. I have to say the box is pretty nice. This foam is nice and thick. It's packaged very, very well. And here is the sight. Let's get it out of the packaging here. And here we go. There it is, the Nitewing SPO320. Let's get a close look at that. Looks pretty nice. The reflective lens is red in color. There's the side battery. It looks like it's screwed in. We got the adjustments on the top and bottom. I'm kind of worried they don't look like they're going to be click adjustments. I don't like it when they're not click adjustments. Looking at the bottom here, it does look like it's going to be an RMR pattern, so I do like that. So let's actually see if these adjustments are clicks, because I have found that red dot sights that don't have those click adjustments often do not work well and do not hold zero. So it doesn't mean it's going to be bad, but we'll have to find out. Ooh, those are actually click adjustments. Okay, so I like this even more. I do appreciate that because many of these red dots that are coming out of China don't have that. Okay, so that is not a feature that's listed on the box, and it doesn't look like it would be because there's no markings around the side, but those are definitely click adjustments. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the battery in this thing, and I'm going to mount it to this Walther PDP full size, take this red dot off and replace it with this one, and then we're going to see how it looks and how easy it was to put on, and I'll report back to you. So I got the Nitewing red dot all mounted up to this Walther PDP. I think it looks pretty attractive. It went on the pistol very easily. It mates up to this optic plate perfectly. There's no gap in it whatsoever. It is an RMR footprint. I'm impressed with the thickness of the hood. It looks like it's going to protect the lens really, really well. And speaking of the lens and the window, it is pretty darn big compared to other pistol red dots. This is the Votatu red dot sight I recently reviewed, and you can see the difference in the size. The battery compartment is on the side, which I do prefer. I don't like the ones you have to take the side off to change the battery. It's just a lot of work and it might hurt your zero. And I'm not a big fan of the ones that mount in here. They're just sometimes a little bit hard to get to. These side mounted ones I think are perfect. You can install the battery using the same sight adjustment tool that comes in the box. The adjustments for elevation and windage are both clicked, as I mentioned before, so I do like that. And the buttons on the side for the controls are very strong, and you definitely know you're depressing them because they also have a very nice strong click when you push them. To turn the sight on, you will hold down the up button, and to turn it off, you will also hold down the up button. Once it's on, you can push either button, the up or down, to adjust for the illumination setting you want. And this sight has 3 reticles, a dot, a circle, and a circle and a dot. You can see it here in the owner's manual. That's what those look like. And to scroll between them, all you have to do is hold down the down button. It takes about 3 seconds to go between each one. Now, my camera will not pick up any of the differences. I know that just looks like a big old red cloud in that window, but I can tell you the reticles are clear. I don't have any problems going between them. So the function of this seems to be pretty good here on the workbench, but that means absolutely nothing. So we're going to need to take this thing to the range. First, I need to make sure it doesn't flicker. Then I need to zero it. Then we're going to shoot it for a while and make sure that it holds 0. So let's go to the range and try this red dot sight out. And we're back from the range, and how did the Nitewing SPO320 perform? Well, I have to say I am very impressed with this. I had no issues with it, no flickering. It obviously mounts very flush to the optics plate here on this Walther PDP. I'm very impressed with the size of the window as compared to other red dots that I have reviewed. And yes, this is going to be a budget-friendly option. So if you're kind of a brand snob, and admittedly so I am as well, and you're looking at a Trijicon and an Aimpoint, well, this is probably not going to compete with those. Those are thoroughly torture tested. Would this one survive those tests? Maybe not, but I had no problems with it, and I think for basic self-defense and basic range use, it's perfectly fine. If you're going to go into battle and fall out of an airplane and parachute into a combat zone, this might not be the optic for you. But if you're just an average gun person looking for a budget-friendly option, this might be something you want to look at. Now, when it comes to the controls, everything works fine. I do wish there were more illumination settings. And this is something I find on many of these cheaper red dots. We have about 6 or 7 different settings, and sometimes at my darker range, there's one setting that's just a little bit too low, and the next setting up is just a little bit too bright. I would like to see more variables in that. However, it worked just fine. When it came to the dot, I do have to say it does have a little bit of a tail, but that's probably more about my astigmatism personally than anything else. Many times when you do use a red dot, it's going to have a little bit of a tail in one direction or another depending on your eyes. This one wasn't too bad for me, but typically it does go off to the left and down, and it does cover the target just a little bit. The size of the dot, I also think they claim is 2 MOA. I think it's going to be a little bit bigger because at 25 yards, when I was trying to aim for those targets, it covered up the center. But as you can see from the results, I was pretty darn accurate with it. And it did hold zero. I did do a few mag dumps through this thing. Once I was happy with how it was zeroed, and then I went back to trying to accurately shoot it, and it worked just fine. I'm very impressed with it, and I think it holds the zero because this sight does have those click adjustments, and some of those cheaper red dots don't have them. So, on my star system, how would I rate the Nitewing SPO320? Now, I'm going to give this a rating based on its price point. I'm actually going to give this thing 5 out of 5 stars. It did exceed my expectations. It's accurate, easy to adjust. The controls work just fine. But as I said, you're not going to be able to compete in the same market as a Trijicon or an Aimpoint or an EOTech. But for an optic of this price point, I think it is very nice and exceptional. And I do believe now this might be the best red dot I have reviewed so far. And I actually said that about the last red dot I reviewed, which was made by Votatu. And this one, I think, really ups that game just a little bit more, mainly because the window is so much bigger, and I do like that. It seems to be durable for this type of range application, and it just works. So, 5 out of 5 stars based on the price point of the Nitewing SPO320. So what do you guys think? Have you ever bought any of these more affordable red dots? And have you noticed the quality of these is getting better all the time? I think it just has to do with reverse engineering and understanding who they're competing against and just coming in at a lower price point. So that is my review on the Nitewing SPO320 red dot sight. It has an RMR footprint. It seems to be a very nice option for what you're going to pay for it. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below, and have you ever even heard of this company before? But I am very impressed with it. So, as always, thanks for watching.